What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another update video for you guys. Well, Romano was on form last night, tweeting a lot about Tottenham Hotspur, and you know, after we digged into him a few days ago saying he's slow to do the Tottenham news, he was actually the first one to report these yesterday.
It is accurate, that's the question.
Well, you know, Alistair Gold's getting in on that now today. It was actually originally from DiMarzio, what we're about to talk about. What we're about to talk about is Tottenham are in talks with Milan Skriniar of Inter Milan. They're asking for a 60 million euros for the deal. They're looking to get rid. Apparently, they've already got a replacement lined up as well. So, look, this is a transfer which everyone can get excited about. Milan Skriniar is an absolute top quality defender in the Jose Mourinho mould, I feel.
25 years old as well. He can also step into midfield occasionally as well if need be.
Yeah, so look, this is coming from Romano, DiMarzio and Alistair Gold, so three very reliable sources.
There are sources that are all saying the same thing. They're saying Tottenham are currently in talks with Inter Milan, so nothing agreed yet as of yet, and that Inter Milan are asking for about 60 million euros, and that apparently all three of them have said this could be a big stumbling block in the deal. So I'm not getting too excited just yet that this is going to happen, because I think Inter Milan are going to have to come down significantly if this deal is going to get done. But you never know. Maybe we can strike somebody. If we pay more than 30 million, I'd be very surprised if they agree less. If they agree about 30 million, which is about half price. So it's going to be very difficult to get this deal done.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But on the flip side of it, if they've already signed a replacement or are about to sign a replacement, then they're going to want him out the door pretty soon.
Well, they haven't signed one. They just said they have one lined up if he leaves from Fiorentina. So look, I think that's a positive. So already looking ahead to him leaving. We all know that Conte isn't his biggest fan. However, they've already let Godin go, I believe, into Milan to Cagliari. So do they want to let another centre back? I
think Godin was pretty past it though. Going to Cagliari says it all, to be honest.
He was, but how many centre? They play with three at the back system. So look, clearly we all know that he's not Skriniar's biggest fan, and he wouldn't mind if he left.
And the reason for that is because he doesn't fit into that high line system.
Yeah, which is where our system probably fits in better. Look, I think this deal would suit all parties if we can just get the price right.
I could just tell you, this is one I am dying to get over the line. Either this one or the next name we're going to mention, because Skriniar, like you just said, he fits into the Jose Mourinho system. He's a top quality defender. We got lucky at the moment where he's at a club that don't really want him. And if we can get this deal over the line, I promise you it will be an amazing deal, and it will really shore up our defence. It really would.
And all of a sudden, when you put Skriniar in that list of centre-backs that we have, it just elevates it to another level, in my opinion. Like a back two of Toby and Skriniar is just... it's fantastic.
And Skriniar, or Sanchez and
exactly.
Skriniar, like any of them.
Skriniar's a top-class centre-back. I think nothing's agreed yet. We're only in formal talks. Also, it's important to note that any swap deal for Ndombele is completely off the table now. That's what Romano says. We are completely keeping Ndombele. He's not going to be involved in any deal.
He's coming, people.
So if Skriniar comes, it's purely for a cash price. But I'm still sceptical whether we can get this over the line and whether we can agree a price with Inter Milan. Hopefully we can, but they're going to have to come down significantly.
Well, yeah, and it's going to have to happen pretty soon as well. Only about 12 days left of the window. And also, when these rumours have come about, especially when Alistair Gold has mentioned them, they seem to get done pretty quickly within 2-3 days of the rumours actually coming about. So, look, put your seat buckle in, because we could be in for a ride here, because not only is he's not the only centre-back that we're linked with. He said that, Romano said that Ruben Diaz is next on the list if we can't get this deal as well. So, you know, we've spoken a lot about Ruben Diaz on this channel. I've spoken a lot about how I really want him to come in, and I think he would be ideal for us. I personally think Skriniar is going to be a better signing than Ruben Diaz, but I think Ruben Diaz would also be a top signing for us.
And he's probably, he's Portuguese centre-back. I feel like Diaz is a better footballer, but Skriniar's a better defender. That's just my personal opinion. I think Diaz would be a fantastic second option if Skriniar's too expensive. But I think we have the same problem with Diaz, in my opinion. Look,
Benfica are going through money problems.
Yeah, is Levy really going to loosen those purse strings so much that we're going to spend another 50 million on someone? I don't know. I don't know.
Someone's got Daniel Levy captive. He's held at the bottom in a basement and at Hotspur Way, and Jose Mourinho is running the reins over there.
Something's going on, because if Tottenham really are going to be splashing even more cash, like I thought if we were going to sign a striker and a centre-back, I thought maybe we'd spend like 15, 20 million on either of them. But like, so if we're actually going to spend 30, 40 million on a centre-back, as well as bringing a striker, you got to wonder what the hell's going on with Levy. Like, is he okay?
We need the players. Okay? It's evident to see, that Everton game and the other game that we played against Southampton. It was evident to see that we need a centre back.
100%.
So
people are saying Trevor Birch has come in and he's made a big difference.
Maybe.
Because all this has happened since he's come in.
Yeah.
All these transfers, all these talks, all of a sudden, like Trevor Birch came in, there was a bit of talk about it, and all of a sudden, all this action's happening. Like, has he found somewhere in the finances where we can afford all of this or something? Has Levy missed something all these years?
He's found bars of gold at the bottom of the Tottenham Stadium or something.
Yeah, exactly. We've been digging and we finally struck gold somewhere, like all around.
They dug below that NFL pitch and found some bars of gold.
Yeah, something's happened. Something, maybe struck oil somewhere. I don't know what's going on, but Trevor Birch has clearly done some creative accounting, and apparently he's some sort of master of finance. So maybe he's like seen something that the other people haven't seen before him, and that we actually can afford to splash all this money. What I said yesterday, that with the new government guidelines again, that there's going to be no fans in the stadium, looks like until 2021, that this could hurt us. So whether that has affected our transfer plans, this has all come out since that announcement, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'm surprised if we're more willing to push the boat out a bit after the announcement yesterday that we're still going to be getting no gate receipts.
Yeah, but you've got to look at it this way, is that they need that revenue of the Champions League, and spending this money to get back into the Champions League is well worth it. And I think spending it on this centre-back, on a sub-striker, I think dramatically increases our chances of making Champions League. I think it does.
Yeah, and maybe Levy saw us getting Europa League and he thought, well, look, we can't have another season like this. We need to start establish ourselves again. And if that means pushing the boat out again, then so be it.
This is what we've called for a long time. Take the risks. Take the risks, and then you'll reap the benefits.
Yeah, let's hope so. But look, I'll be very surprised if both these deals, I think, are going to be very difficult to get done. If either of them get done, it's an absolute dream. But I'm a bit sceptical whether we can get either of them over the line because of the price. We'll see.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, the signs are good that we're linked with players of this kind of caliber.
That's good, yeah. That's good. My head tells me we're going to get Kim Min-jae at the end of the window.
But anyway, the two centre-backs we are linked with, Milan Skriniar and Ruben Dias. Both of them would be absolutely star signings, I personally believe anyway. What else has come out of the Romano last night is saying that the Milik talks are back on.
Yeah, which is interesting because he was all set for Roma. They agreed a deal with Napoli. He was all set for a medical, and it was all going to happen. And then no one's really sure what's happened with that deal. All we hear from Romano and other places that there's been a hitch in the deal, and there's problems with Roma, and the deal looks like it's off. We're not really sure why. There's rumours that he's failed a medical at Roma.
Nothing confirmed
there, but that's the rumours. And all of a sudden, apparently Spurs are now back in for him, and apparently we're going to put in a last-minute offer for Milik and try and get him over the line. Alistair Gold has said today that our interest in Milik has cooled a bit, and we're actually not that as interested as Romano says. But Romano was saying that Tottenham are going to make an offer, and there's other reports.
Well, we know who we're going to believe out of Romano or Alistair.
Exactly, that's the truth. Alistair usually has more reliable information when it comes to Tottenham, and there's other reports that we're meeting in Italy today to also discuss Milik as well as Skriniar. That's what Sky Italia is saying. So I guess we'll have to wait and see which one's true. The fact of the matter is, for me, Milik's. I've always said this. Milik's a really good player. I like him, and I think he would be a good striker for us. However, I didn't know he had 2 ACL injuries. I thought he only had the one, and that would make sense if he has failed a medical, because ACL injuries are really delicate situations, and a lot of times when you have one ACL injury, they can reoccur, and if an ACL injury reoccurs, that's like 9 months out. That's a long time. So the fact that he's had 2 would put alarm bells in my mind. That is that really a player you want to take a risk on? I think he's a good player, and if he was to come to Spurs and pass a medical, then fine, I'll be happy to bring him in. But I have a feeling that there were complications with his medical at Roma, and that's why it broke down. There's nothing confirmed. That's just my hunch. And there's a few rumours flying around that there were medical problems. So whether this one is a go or not, we'll have to wait. Remains to be seen.
I mean, I would like to put my trust in Alistair Gold on this one. I think that he's been absolutely spot on, like I've mentioned a few times on the channel so far. So if he thinks our interest is called on Milik, then I think that
Makes
probably
sense.
you know what I mean.
Makes sense.
Personally, I'd like to see a Weghorst come in just because he offers something completely different, a complete plan B. I think he's one that we should try and get over the line. Like I said in a previous video, him and Diaz or him and Skriniar, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, I agree. I really don't want to see Severovic come in. I'm not a fan of his.
Yeah.
We've been linked with him recently. No, I don't want that as well. I want someone who's really good quality, like a Weghorst, who's had 2 good seasons in the Bundesliga.
Although Alistair Gold did mention a few weeks ago that we were interested in Habib Diallo, and that's completely gone quiet.
That's gone quiet, but there was reports actually, as you say that, a couple of days ago in France saying that deal could still be on. So I guess I have a feeling this striker one's going to go down to the wire. That's my feeling, but we'll see.
All right, well, it was a very exciting night last night with Romano non-stop tweeting about Tottenham very late last night. So check that out on Twitter, as well as obviously everything we've just mentioned. But the last thing, well, 2 more things I want to mention. First of all, Jose was talking about Dele in his press conference today, and he was basically stating that he expects Dele to be here past the window.
Yeah, so he's kind of poured cold water on that all the Dele talk about him leaving. I guess it remains to be seen who's telling the truth, because sometimes managers just say that to give the player confidence and they don't want to give too much away. But he said he expects Dele to be at Tottenham at the end of the window, and that he's tired of talking about Dele. As he said he's kind of sick of it, and he trusts Dele, and he says Dele's going to be part of his plans. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, because I have a feeling it could all change with a bid or whatnot. And to the Telegraph usually are actually quite accurate when they report something, and they're saying that PSG are in talks with him. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what the reality is. But I think if Dele stays on, I think it's good news.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I can see good things coming out of both ways. If he moves on loan, first of all, I think that could work in our favour if he comes back with a bit of fire in his belly, a bit of refresh time, away from Spurs. If he goes out permanently, then I think you get money and you get a good fee in, which we can use for a top centre back, like we've mentioned. And if he stays, then he's willing to fight for his place. So I think I can see good things coming out of all 3 options. To be honest.
And I think that for me, the fact of the matter is, with Dele Alli is, look, I think he's a fantastic player and a good option. I know he's gone off the ball for the past couple of years, and he might need a move, but the fact is, if he does stay, he's just a good option to have as well. He's a good option to have in central attacking midfield, and there's always a chance that he's going to really fight for his place and really turn it on. But also, the harsh reality is he is kind of dispensable in that lineup. He's not vital to the way we play. He's not vital to our lineup anymore, especially with Bale coming in.
Yeah.
So that's also a sad reality. So either way, whatever happens with Dele from now to the end of the window, I think I'm okay with.
And also with the Euros coming up this summer, he needs to have a big season this year. He needs it, because he's not in the England squad at the moment. I'm sure he wants to go to that Euros, and he needs to fight for his spot.
I think either way, I don't think our squad's particularly dampened if he leaves. I think he's a very good option if he stays. And so I think either way, whatever happens with Dele, it's fine. I think I don't think it's desperate situations. It's not like we're talking about Kane or Son or something. So
no, I agree.
So I think we'll see what happens. It's interesting to see what will happen from now to the end of the season. And apparently he's going to be in the squad on Thursday. That's what Mourinho's saying. So I guess we'll get to see more on the situation if he starts, if he plays well, blah blah blah, on Thursday.
Yeah. All right. And finally, let's talk about Leyton Orient, because Tottenham fans, you guys out there have been absolutely amazing. Leyton Orient have raised £20,000 from Tottenham fans buying merchandise on their club shop yesterday. Obviously, after the game was cancelled, no news on when that game is rescheduled for yet, or if we're going to get a buy or anything like that. There's been no news regarding that. But the Tottenham fans have been absolutely sensational and very generous, as Leyton Orient kindly pointed out on their Twitter account last night. £20,000 raised by Tottenham Hotspur fans buying the merch, buying the club shirts, which Harry Kane sponsored the earlier season.
It's Spurs and Leyton Orient especially recently have had a fantastic relationship. The chairman of Leyton Orient has consistently said that, and you got people like Oliver Holt saying, like, from the journalist, like, I don't know who he writes for, but he's always on Twitter disparaging Spurs somehow. He's like, how is it fair that Tottenham get a buy in there? That is it another case of a club hurting the little club or the little guys? Like, how much of Tottenham help Leyton Orient? We've offered to cover any costs that they were to lose if they have no TV money.
Pay for their corona testing.
They pay for the corona testing. Harry Kane sponsored their shirts. We've raised Spurs fans have bought their merchandise and raised £20,000. Like, there's nothing more Spurs can really do as a club to really support Leyton Orient. I think we've done more than our fair share, and I think we'll probably continue to have good relationships with Orient
as well. Letter of the law, as it stands, Leyton Orient should be out, and Tottenham should have a bye in the next round.
And I think, the fact of the matter is, I think that why there's a delay in announcement is because I think Spurs are happy to get this game played if possible.
Exactly.
We could easily say no, we're not going to get it played, and we want to buy.
Especially with our crazy fixture schedule at the moment, it'll be so easy for us to be like, look, letter of the law says we get a bye to the next round, so
and
come
that's
on.
It. So I think Spurs have done very fantastic in this situation. I think we've shown a bit of class about how we conduct ourselves, and I think Leyton Orient have really appreciated it. And I think keep going because Leyton Orient at the moment, with especially with the news yesterday, with the what Boris said, and with no fans coming back in the stadium, it's going to be even tougher for lower league teams.
Yeah.
So they need all the help they can get at the moment. So the TV windfall would have been a massive bonus for them. Hopefully they'll get it from Spurs anyway if it doesn't go through.
Yeah.
So I think they just need all the help they can get at the moment.
Yeah, and I just got to stress again that gate receipts mean so much to these lower league teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't mean that much to Premier League teams because of the TV revenue and that kind of stuff. But to these lower league teams, it's literally the majority of their income. Mm-hmm. So when doors get shut, it could put these League One, League Two, National League teams really out of business. It really could. So it's really important to keep these kind of teams up afloat. They keep the football world going around. So I think great work from Tottenham Hotspur fans, great work from Tottenham as a club, and just like to see it continue, pretty much.
All right.
So that is the Tottenham update for you. We spoke about Ruben Diaz, Milan Skriniar, Milik, Jose on Dele, and also the great work Tottenham are doing with Leyton Orient. So let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are revolving all those matters. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.